Have you noticed that getting out of your favorite chair has become a two-handed operation? Or maybe you've started calculating whether you can handle stairs before you even approach them. Here's what nobody wants to tell you. In America, doctors expect your independent years to end around 60. After that, it's pills, procedures, and watching your world shrink year by year. But in Japan, over 95,000 people aged 100 and older are still walking to corner stores, climbing stairs and living completely independently. Their secret isn't genetics or expensive supplements. It's a simple morning routine they've practiced since 1928. 6 gentle movements that take just 15 minutes and require zero equipment. These aren't complicated yoga poses or intimidating gym exercises. They're movements so simple that grandmothers in Tokyo do them right alongside construction workers. Yet so effective they've kept millions of Japanese adults moving like people 20 years younger. Well into their not. The best part? You can start seeing improvements in your balance, strength, and confidence within weeks, not months. If you're tired of feeling like your body is working against you instead of with you, I'm about to show you exactly how to change that. Now, before we dive into these remarkable movements, let me explain why they work so beautifully for our generation. And it's not magic, though it might feel like it. You know how Bob Vila used to talk about building a house from the foundation up? Well, that's exactly what these Japanese exercises do for your body. Think of your muscles and joints like the old Philco radio your dad used to tinker with in the garage. Over the years, some connections get loose, some parts don't communicate as well as they used to, and the whole system starts running a little rough. These movements are like having a skilled repair person come in and reconnect all those important circuits. Here's the fascinating part, and this comes from real research, not just old wives' tales. When scientists studied these traditional Japanese exercises, they discovered something remarkable. Unlike the high-impact workouts that became popular in the 80s, you remember those Jane Fonda videos? These gentle movements actually strengthen your muscles while being kinder to your joints than a Sunday afternoon nap. It's like the difference between hammering a nail and threading a needle. Both get the job done, but one requires force while the other requires finesse. These exercises work on what researchers call your proprioception. Fancy word for your body's ability to know where it is in space. Think of it like the inner ear mechanism that kept you steady when you used to dance to Lawrence Welk with your sweetheart. As we age, that internal compass gets a little fuzzy, which is why stepping off a curb sometimes feels like stepping off a cliff. But here's the beautiful thing about the human body. It's never too late to tune up that internal GPS system. Japanese researchers have found that people who practice these movements maintain muscle strength and balance well into They're not just living longer. They're living with the kind of confidence that lets them walk into any room or down any sidewalk with their heads held high. And unlike those intimidating gym machines that seem designed by someone who clearly never met a senior citizen, these exercises work with your body's natural wisdom. They're based on positions and movements that humans have been doing for thousands of years. Sitting, standing, balancing, but refined through generations of practice to give you maximum benefit with minimum stress. Now, I want to talk about something that's particularly close to my heart, and I bet it resonates with yours too. Do you remember when getting older meant becoming the wise elder that everyone turned to for guidance? When gray hair was a crown of honor and experience, not something to hide under a hat? Somewhere along the way, our culture started treating aging like a disease instead of an achievement. But the Japanese have a different perspective, and it shows in how they approach movement and strength as we age. In Japan, they have a concept called ikigai, your reason for being that keeps you vital and engaged. These exercises aren't about turning back the clock or pretending you're 30 again. They're about honoring the body that's carried you through decades of life, through raising children, building careers, weathering storms, both literal and figurative. They're about maintaining the independence that lets you continue being the person your family counts on. the friend who can still meet for coffee, the neighbor who can help when needed. Think about the difference between feeling grateful for each day versus feeling like you're just getting by. That's what proper movement can do for your spirit as much as your body. When your legs feel strong under you, when you trust your balance, when you can move through your day without constantly calculating whether you can handle this or that. That's when aging becomes about wisdom and grace instead of limitation and worry. These exercises give you back that birthright of confidence. They remind your body of what it's capable of, gently coaxing back the strength and stability that may have been sleeping but was never truly gone. Before I walk you through these 6 life-changing movements, I'd love to have you join our growing community of seniors who are discovering that our best years don't have to be behind us. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps me continue bringing you these practical, science-backed secrets that actually work in real life. And let me know in the comments, what's one physical activity you miss doing confidently? Maybe it's gardening without thinking about your knees, or taking the stairs without planning your breathing. Your experiences help everyone in our community learn and grow together. Now, let's dive into these remarkable movements that could change everything. Number 1. Shikodachi, the sumo stance. Let's start with a movement that's been the foundation of strength in Japan for over 1,500 years. It's called Shikodachi, or the sumo stance. And before you picture yourself in one of those loincloths, let me paint a different picture. Imagine you're settling into your favorite recliner. But instead of the chair being behind you, it's invisible and positioned between your legs. That's the feeling we're going for. Stand with your feet about twice shoulder width apart. Think of making space for a large laundry basket between your knees. Turn your toes outward at about a 45-degree angle like you're making the letter V with your feet. Now comes the magic part. Slowly lower your hips, as if you're sitting down into that invisible chair. Keep your spine straight as a fence post, and your chest open like you're about to greet an old friend with a warm embrace. If you need support, place your hands on your thighs or hold onto the back of a sturdy kitchen chair. Start by holding this position for just 20-30 seconds, about as long as it takes to hum Happy Birthday. As this becomes comfortable, work your way up to a full minute or 2. You'll feel a wonderful awakening in your thighs, buttocks, and those inner leg muscles that haven't had a proper conversation with your brain in years. These are what I like to call your independence muscles. When they're strong, stairs become steps, not obstacles. Number 2. Wall squat, the invisible chair. Now that your foundation is awakening, let's test your progress with what Japanese physiotherapists call the Great Revealer. Find a wall. Any wall in your home will do. And stand with your back flat against it. Place your feet about 12 inches forward, shoulder width apart, like you're making room for a small ottoman in front of you. Slowly slide down the wall until your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Imagine you're sitting in an invisible chair at your kitchen table, ready for Sunday dinner. Make sure your knees stay over your ankles, not shooting forward like you're reaching for something on a high shelf. Start with 30 seconds of holding this position, about as long as it takes to count your blessings for the day. Breathe deeply and evenly, like you're savoring the aroma of fresh baked apple pie. Over time, work up to 2 or 3 minutes. This movement is like having a personal strength meter. If you start at 30 seconds, and a month later you're holding for 2 minutes, your body is telling you loud and clear that you're getting stronger. Number 3. Zazen, seated meditation. Time to take it to the floor for something that's part physical exercise, part mental vacation. Don't worry, this isn't about contorting yourself into a pretzel. Sit on the floor in a comfortable cross-legged position. If sitting cross-legged feels like a challenge, simply sit with your legs comfortably in front of you. Place a firm cushion or folded towel under your hips. This little elevation makes all the difference, like adjusting the height on your favorite dining room chair. Imagine a golden thread attached to the top of your head, gently lifting you toward the ceiling. Let your shoulders relax like they're melting away the day's worries. Rest your hands gently in your lap, like you're holding something precious but delicate. Now, simply breathe. This position quietly activates your deep core muscles while giving your hips a gentle stretch. But here's the really beautiful part. Studies show this practice helps calm your nervous system, like switching from the evening news to a peaceful nature program. Start with 5-10 minutes, gradually working up to 15 to 20 minutes, as it becomes a treasured part of your routine. Number 4. Nekawashi Dachi, the cat stance. If the previous exercises built your foundation, this one wakes up your body's natural early warning system. Think of how a cat tests the ground before stepping. That's exactly what we're recreating. Stand with one foot slightly forward, like you're about to step onto a porch you're not quite sure about. Let the ball of your front foot lightly touch the ground, like you're testing the temperature of bath water with your toe. Your back foot stays firmly planted, carrying most of your weight like a trusty anchor. Both knees should be gently bent, and keep your hips facing forward like you're posing for a family photo. This will feel unusual at first, and that's exactly the point. You're waking up muscles that have been taking a long nap. The tiny stabilizer muscles that help you navigate uneven sidewalks and catch yourself if you stumble. Start by holding for 20-30 seconds on each side, standing near a wall or sturdy chair for confidence. Over time, try adding small weight shifts or gentle arm movements, like you're conducting a slow, graceful orchestra. Number 5. Kibudachi, the horse stance. Now we're going to channel the strength of ancient Japanese warriors, but in the most gentle way possible. Stand with your feet a little wider than shoulder width. Imagine you're straddling a large, comfortable horse. Keep your feet parallel, pointing straight ahead like headlights on a car. Bend your knees and lower your hips as if you're settling into an invisible saddle. Keep your spine tall and proud, core gently engaged like you're wearing a supportive but comfortable corset. Hold for 20-30 seconds and repeat 2-3 times. You'll feel this working muscles that most people stop using after 50, the ones that keep you stable when stepping off curbs or walking on uneven ground. Over time, aim for 1-2 minutes per round. Number 6. Seiza, proper sitting posture. Let's finish by resetting your posture from the ground up, the way Japanese families have done for centuries. Kneel on a soft mat or folded blanket. Comfort is key here. Keep your knees together and gently fold your feet underneath you, like you're tucking them in for the night. Slowly sit back onto your heels, keeping your back tall and relaxed. If your knees or ankles protest, simply place a firm cushion between your heels and hips. It's like adding a booster seat for comfort. This position gently stretches the muscles that pull us into that hunched, aged posture while quietly strengthening your core. Start with just 30 seconds and gradually build to 3-5 minutes. Do this while watching your evening programs or during quiet reflection time. Now, before you start your new routine, let me share some gentle guidance that I wish someone had given me when I first discovered these exercises. Think of these suggestions as the wisdom your best friend would share, the one who always looks out for your well-being. First, listen to your body like you'd listen to a dear friend telling you an important story. If something feels uncomfortable or causes pain, that's your body's way of asking for a modification, not telling you to quit. Every single one of these exercises can be adapted. Need support for balance exercises? Stand near your kitchen counter or hold onto a sturdy chair. There's no shame in being smart about safety. Knees giving you trouble with the floor exercises? Try them in a comfortable chair first, or place extra cushioning under your knees. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be kind to the body that served you so well all these years. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, balance, or joint issues, have a gentle conversation with your healthcare provider before starting. Not because these exercises are dangerous, they're quite the opposite, but because your doctor might be delighted to know you're taking such positive steps and might have helpful suggestions. Start slowly, like you're testing the water temperature before settling into a warm bath. Your first week, try just 1 or 2 exercises. Add another the following week, building up like you're creating a beautiful garden. One plant at a time. Remember, consistency trumps intensity every single time. It's better to do these exercises gently for 5 minutes every day than to go all out once a week and then feel sore and discouraged. If you have concerns about getting up and down from the floor, start with the standing exercises and gradually work toward the seated ones as your confidence grows. And here's something important. If you feel dizzy, short of breath, or experience any chest discomfort, stop immediately and consult with your healthcare provider. We're building strength and confidence, not pushing limits. These exercises should feel like a gift you're giving your body, not a test you have to pass. Let me paint you a picture of how to weave these life-changing movements into your daily routine without turning your world upside down. Think of this as creating a new morning and evening ritual, like adding a few extra minutes to your coffee routine or evening wind-down time. Your first week, getting acquainted. Start with just the sumo stance and wall squat. Do them right after your morning coffee, while it's still warm and you're feeling energized. Hold each position for just 20-30 seconds, no more. Think of this week as introducing yourself to new friends. You wouldn't expect to know everything about them immediately. Week 2, adding balance. Add the cat stance to your morning routine. Now you're spending about 3 to 4 minutes total. Less time than it takes to read the morning headlines. Practice this while dinner is in the oven, or during commercial breaks in your evening programs. Week 3, going deeper. Time to add the seated exercises. Zazen and Seiza. Try these in the evening when the house is quiet. Maybe replace 10 minutes of television time with this gentle practice. Many people find this becomes their favorite part of the day. A peaceful transition between the busyness of daytime and the rest of evening. Week 4 and beyond. Your complete routine. Add the horse stance to complete your collection. By now, you'll have a morning routine 3-4 minutes and an evening routine 5 to 7 minutes. Your daily flow. Morning energizer 3-4 minutes. 30 seconds of Seiza to gently awaken your posture. 1 minute of Zazen to center yourself for the day. 30 seconds per leg of cat stance to activate your balance system. Evening strengthener. 5 to 7 minutes. 1 minute of sumo stance to release the day's tension. 1 minute of horse stance to build strength. 2 minutes of wall squat as your daily progress check. Making it stick. Keep a simple calendar in your kitchen and put a happy face on each day you complete your routine. Not for anyone else to see, just for you to celebrate your consistency. Consider doing these exercises before your favorite daily activities, before your morning coffee gets cold, or before settling in to watch the evening news. This way, they become naturally linked to things you already enjoy. Remember, some days you might only manage 1 or 2 exercises, and that's perfectly fine. The Japanese have a saying, fall 7 times, stand up 8. This isn't about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself, day after day, in whatever way you can. You know what touches my heart most about this journey we're on together? It's knowing that somewhere across the country there's another person our age who's reading this, maybe feeling a little hopeful about what's possible. Maybe they're sitting in their favorite chair, wondering if it's too late to feel strong and confident again. Well, if that person is you, I want you to know something important. It's never too late to start feeling like yourself again. These exercises aren't just movements. They're a daily reminder that you matter, that your strength matters, that your independence matters. Every time you practice the sumo stance, You're standing up for yourself, literally and figuratively. Every minute you hold that wall squat, you're proving to yourself that you're getting stronger. I'd love to hear about your journey. Drop a comment below and tell me your first name and which exercise feels most natural to you. Maybe share what you're most looking forward to doing with your renewed strength. Is it climbing those stairs without thinking twice? Playing with grandchildren without worrying about keeping up? Taking that trip you've been putting off? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take their first step. And if you're ready to join our community of seniors who refuse to let age define their limits, hit that subscribe button. We're all in this together, supporting each other every step of the way. Your best days aren't behind you. They're just getting started.